rebellion against the plantation and the system of enslavement. Proof of which is before they came over here, you know, the Europeans were engaged in the Crusades and the Inquisitions, and it was very difficult fighting against them. And as I've said earlier, the Africans from North Africa went into Spain and occupied Spain for about 700 years. So they were very much aware of the militancy, that they knew that Islam was a force to be reckoned with, because at that point, you know, Europe was pretty much held at bay. And it wasn't brought out of this landlocked situation until after the end of the First World War with the fall of the Ottoman Empire. But getting back on this side of the Atlantic, so they made sure that they stamped out, you know, Islam. So in fact, they were fairly successful in doing this for a period of time. And then let's go forward to the latter part of the 19th century. At that point, Islam started to emerge again. And as we go into the 20th century, it came out in the form of the Moorish Science Temple with Noble Drew Ali around 1916. And of course, there was Marcus Garvey that we talked about earlier. Marcus Garvey had been taught by Dusay Muhammad, who was a Muslim from Egypt. And so even though he was not a Muslim per se, he more or less tried to bring his followers to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. But that Islamic influence was there because Dusay Muhammad was one of his mentors. So if you look at a combination of what he learned from Dusay Muhammad and also the presence of the Moorish science inside America, so that started to develop. One thing about this particular approach to Islam, it differed quite significantly from Islam as it appeared in the Arabian Peninsula, and also Islam as it was practiced in West Africa. And that difference, I think, came about because of the existence of racism and white supremacy. And as you know, the ideology or nationalistic theology of the Nation of Islam suggested that maybe the white man was the devil, the black man was God. But that had nothing actually to do with true Islam. That wasn't the way it was taught in West Africa, where we came from, nor was that the way it was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, in Arabia. But be that as it may, that very strong nationalistic spirit started to develop in our community. And it wasn't until Malcolm made the pilgrimage
We're talking to Dr. AAl-Hadid.